You are now listening to the Prince Bailey Arena broadcast show.
Yes, people, this is Prince Bailey Arena. This is Kishan Prince speaking, and myself and Ryan Bailey here in the Prince Bailey Arena to give you guys another talk on this live broadcast and what has been taking place this week and a few weeks, and even talk about upgoing and ongoing topics in football and development. What's going on, Ryan? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm good. I'm good. Are you okay? You good?
Good, bro. Good, man. Good, man. We was just talking about, man, just youth, just being accountable, putting the work in those
Yeah.
sessions. Um,
hmm
I've got a young boy in the basketball club that was saying that I'm doing, and boy, talented kid, but when it comes to the running, he's dodging it, faking injuries, and we've all been there, faking injuries. I've
All
been
been
there.
there.
The suicides are there, and you're faking injuries, and you know what it is? It just shows you the mindset. Or you done it where you're playing on a game of football. You're trying to on a pitch. It's not going well. You're looking at your boots. You're shuffling your boots. Like little things like
hmm
that I used to do without me realizing. I was thinking, boy, that's kind of a way of me being either anxious or nervous or just running away. It's like
mm
either fight or flight. What do you think about that?
mm Yeah. It's just about how you like your body language at the end of the
Mm,
day.
mm,
Like like we said, we've all been there. Like as a kid, I faked an injury,
yeah,
and I guess I knew everyone knew I was faking it.
mm,
But that just means that you're letting yourself down and everybody else down, really. Because after when you realize I can actually play,
yeah,
you feel a bit silly sometimes. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
100%.
it's like putting in the work when you don't want to put in the work will give you better results.
Mm,
We give you like the extra couple minutes in the last game, or
mm-hmm,
look, you need to squeeze as much as you can out of the sessions
yeah.
when you're doing your own work and stuff like that. So the body language is majorly important.
Yeah, and is I think I was reading about Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, um, LeBron James. When I'm looking at all these great defenders in basketball, one thing that they all said that they had in mind was, and Scottie Pippen, sorry, and Dennis Rodman and all these other guys, major other guys, is that they were just so competitive in the little things, not just the drills where you could score the most points, but defense
hmm
and running. They wanted to win.
mm
Gym sessions, they want to be the first one there. You know what I mean? Loudest on communications, all areas. And I feel a competitor,
mm
if you're a young kid and if you have a child and you want to raise them up to be an overall competitor, they have to love all aspects of the game,
All aspects of it,
not just
all
one.
aspects. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like a defender that loves defending
Yep.
or helping a team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like obviously, I know it's a bit before some of these kids' times, but it will be adults listening. But I remember going to Highbury and watching Arsenal as a kid, and the player that stood out to me is actually my favourite player, is Ray Parlour,
Mm-hmm.
because how he went about his business on that pitch that day. Like Overmars had the pace, Ian Wright had the goals, Bergkamp had the IQ.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone had a bit about them. Vieira was just running the show,
Yep.
but it was Ray Parlour whose work rate, teamwork effort, communication, um, even having a goal. Like he was just one of my favourite players.
Mm-hmm.
He gave 100% every week, and I think that
Yep.
if you set out as a coach, as a player, as a scout to give 100% every week, you can't be disappointed in yourself. You
Hundred
can't be
percent.
disappointed. You know what I mean?
100%. This is where I tell every young player: if you have not watched Last Dance already, as Bernie Mac will say, let's move on. You need to be watching Last Dance. I don't care if it's basketball and you're playing football. You're learning
hmm
about the mentality that the
hmm
greats took to win what Michael Jordan did to win a three-peat back-to-back, retire and come back and do it again. You understand? It takes, and not only just that, sorry, the the adversity of losing for how many years and knowing how to remodel. See, because I see players who they mash it up under 16s, under 14s, under 18s, but it's then they have not worked out how do they transform or remodel or refigure their identity
hmm
as a player to the
hmm
next stage. See, Michael Jordan came into the league kind of like how he was in college. Didn't really change that much.
mm, mm,
Wanted the
mm,
ball, like, you know what I'm trying to say. But when he started to realize, or what, that, you know what, these individual titles are all good. I need to be able to win it as a team. And number one, how do I improve my body? You know, be more aggressive, because the bad boy Pistons used to beat him up. You know, he had to
mm,
remodel himself, his game,
mm,
everything, in order for him to be able to cross that finish line. And I believe that's where I told players about, you see, the club that you are may be able to, or at, sorry, could take you to stage 1 or 2, but then you got to know, all right, are they going to take me to 3 or 4 or 5, or is it a case that I'm just going to stay here and you know, not really grow and develop as a player? And that's why I feel the under 21s game, it'd be better for some of you. Some of your games probably need that, where you need to be trained to get that technique or whatever. But some
mm.
of you need to probably just go down to non-league and just learn how to just play in front of a man who's got mortgages
Just
to
play,
pay.
be free, enjoy,
Mm.
like enjoy. Like if you go down to the lower leagues, like yes, you're gonna have to pay subs. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to pay subs. Like you can put it like subs in a gym membership. A gym membership's what, £35.
Yeah.
Subs are like what, tenner a game, £40.
Contender now.
So you're looking at
Jeez. Is
looking
it
at a tenner in it. But
10 now?
when I was a manager, I would charge a fiver if they're not starting.
Yeah, I'll do 5. 10, you know. That's,
Yeah,
you know, I can't lie. I was one of those players. I never used to pay subs. I can't lie to you. If I pay
there you
subs,
go. Paid
I
my way.
sneak out.
I
Re-
paid my way. I never dodged the manager for subs, man. I always just didn't want to give them a hard time. But yeah,
oh,
you're
man.
looking at like about £90 a
Mm,
month
yeah.
to develop yourself. Like,
Hmm.
look, you can gauge it in 3 months.
Yeah.
Like I said about your season, 4 months. Sorry,
Mm,
stick it out for 4 months
yeah.
and see if you make an improvement.
No, fact.
Um, as well, also with the grassroots element, if you're not getting game time,
Hmm.
not playing, you
Hmm.
can leave
Hmm.
the grassroots team, look for another team.
Yeah.
The situation can be the same. You can have a good training session,
Yeah.
a good few games, and then just get found out. You know what I mean? Unless you're going to drop a level like a C or a D team.
Mm,
But this is what I would say: if you're a grassroots player not getting a lot of game time,
yeah.
um, put in the work
Yeah.
outside of your training sessions, whatever you're weak at,
Yeah.
work on it. Work on it, right?
Yeah.
Train with your grassroots team if you're not getting
Yeah.
game time.
Hmm.
Look for another team to
Hmm.
train with, not to sign with, but to train with on another day if the days don't clash.
Come on now.
Train with them. Yeah,
Hmm.
sorry.
I said, come on now. You preaching now. You
Yeah,
talking the truth.
yeah. So you got to be proactive as well. Speak to your parent. Can you look for another team for me that train locally? Train with them.
Hmm.
Play your games on a Sunday. 4 months of that. If you do not give your manager of the team that's not picking you a headache, then you know you're not doing enough.
Mm.
I will always say stick it out because if you're not playing, you're like, I don't know, a player that's not valued. You could be a bench warmer. You work hard, you work hard, you work hard, you put in that extra work, and then your manager starts playing you and you start performing. Then
Hmm.
before you know it, you'll be in the team,
Yeah. Simple.
going about your business quietly. And
Simple.
parents, don't freak out. This is part and parcel of it. It's a grassroots team. If you want to get to the academy, you've got to get past all these hurdles. Because if a kid gets released from a academy, that's more devastating than the grassroots.
And listen, and it doesn't mean you parent some of you to be messaging managers and managers and coaches saying, "Why you ain't playing my son?" Listen, when I was a PE teacher at this school, I can remember the school, St. Anne's in Salford. They tried it. That's one of the reasons why they sacked me actually, because I was like, Coach Carr, I didn't play. Yeah, I tell you, I out that school. Yeah, that school was foolishness. Yeah, when I did my PE, sorry, picking the football team, I did it like how it was old school. I didn't tell nobody you got picked. The next day, I put on the wall, on the PE wall, the A team and the B team. And you had to put your
Mm,
finger scrolling down. If you didn't see your name there on the A team, and you went there in the B team, you didn't make the team. And I always
mm,
said, listen, just because you're not in, don't mean that you're out completely. It's just it's a way for you to see, number one, a resilience, in order for you also to see whether you love the game. Like Michael Jordan, he got kicked out of the squad, didn't make the team for a whole year. My man Grind came back, best player there. And so, well, when I
mm,
did that, I remember the head teacher, what's her name? Polly or something like that. Yeah, I say her because She's fake, man. I never want to talk about this woman. But anyway, I sat down in the office in the staff room, reception. Yeah, all my days. I actually said to Kishan, we got a few concerns based on your football thing. I said, okay, what happened? He said, well, we've got a bit of angry parents. Here's the list. I should put a list on the table. I see a, the yellow book pages, like parents'
Mm.
names and numbers saying, yeah, these want you to call them at 3 o'clock. I said, fair enough. I sat down. I had my super malt. I knew what time it was going to be. I sat there with my super malt, sat there, and I remember I called the first one. Oh, why didn't you make my son get in? I said, well, just at the time, based on how he performed, he just wasn't ready for the team. Doesn't mean that he's
Mm.
not ready going forward. It just at this present moment, he wasn't the best player. She was like, oh,
Mm.
fair enough. What do you think you could do to improve? I think you need to do A, B, and C. Go on YouTube. There's 10 minutes a day, free workout you can do for ball mastery. Do that for him. He can, improve, blah, blah, blah. So I'll say like, if there was 20, I call that 15 parents. I'll say that 13 to 12 took the criticism after when I spoke to them. But then it was
Mhm.
one parent. She come on the phone like Miss Transport from Matilda. Yeah.
Mhm.
She said, is this coach? I said, yeah. She said, oh yeah, good, thank you. But yeah, thank you for calling me. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, my son, I forgot to say his name was like Luke. Yeah, Luke. Yeah, he came home and he was sad and he was distraught. All using these big words I can't even say. Yeah, that he didn't get into the team. I said, okay. And she's like, yeah, and me and my husband, we sat there on a bed last night. We were thinking, we was gonna let it slide, but we were thinking, no, we saw how we put in so much work for it, and we thought it was wrong. I said, let me tell you something. And then she said, what made you? How do you evaluate players? So and so got picked in the team, and he's better than him. I said, well, hold up, wait a minute. I
Mm.
said, wait, hold up. This is my job. This is my profession. I've been doing this for years. That's number one. Okay. Number two, if your son had to go to a job interview and didn't get in, are you gonna go call HR or whatever and tell them why you didn't pick my son?
Mm. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Mm.
Why didn't you hire him? I said, this is preparing him for life. This is life school. This is life, my friend. They're not going to get in. You understand? She went off, and then and she was part of the committee. So I think they did they kind of did a SOS. We need to get we need to get this black brother out of here. He's kind of messing up the boat.
Uh,
And all I know is she called me, and then my agency at the time said, yeah, you ain't going back there September. I said, all right, no problem. So I'm telling you now that it's a big stigma to stay in, that you can't please everybody, and parents, trust me, coaches, they will love to play your boy if they could. But end of the day, just like I said in life, there's gonna be people that's gonna be better than you, and that's just the honest truth. And if you want to get better, go put in the work in.
I, I tell you one thing:
Hmm.
everyone can't win.
No, exactly. Mhm.
Everyone can't win. If you go to see a boxing fight, a boxing match, or a cricket game,
Mhm.
anything,
Mhm.
you know you're gonna leave that place, that venue, with a winner and a loser, and you're probably gonna remember the winner
Mhm.
and how the loser lost.
Mhm. Yeah. Straight.
So yeah, not everyone can win,
Mhm.
but there are wins and defeats in it. You can just you can learn from a defeat. But
See.
you know that's like one of those stories that is like too common for a lot of grassroots coaches. And like we say, when we get to 50 subscribers,
Yep.
you guys can tell us the
Mhm.
pros and the cons, or you know what's been going on in the grassroots scene,
Yeah, we would love to hear
or your
actually.
experience. Yeah.
We would love to hear that. And I mean, I'm not saying that all grassroots coaches are fair, but worst thing you can do as a parent is to um develop a habit of just upping and rooting your child because things are not going your way.
Mm.
Because then you develop I know some kids at age 12, they've got longer playing CVs than Anelka. Look at their CV.
Mm.
They've been at 10 clubs already. I'm thinking, well, hold on. Yeah, he was at that club, but, manager didn't like him.
Mm.
I'm thinking, well, hold on. Why? Yeah, he was playing there, but then, he didn't get much game time. And, I'm like,
Mm.
you're not developing the resilience. I said, this is the part of the
Uh,
movie, you know what I mean? That you need to let that sun grind. But yeah, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say like so. Jack Wilshere.
Hmm.
Um, when I was at a scouting course, they told me that basically Jack Wilshere got signed so quickly, or he was like, he learnt quite a lot because all his dad done when he took him to Arsenal,
Mm-hmm.
he was sit in his van and do his invoices and let Arsenal be Arsenal with Jack.
Wow.
He never got involved in anything. Sat in his car, done his invoices, and that was really it. And I think if you take that approach, like I go to academy games, I see, the parents buying the coaches coffees and, rubbing the shoulders and that. But when that coach has to deliver you bad news,
I hear.
you're thinking to yourself, I bought that guy one of the nicest coffees in the building. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
I would just say that the coaches do what they got to do. You've got cases where parents have pulled their kids out of academies and they haven't found their way back in.
See?
You know what I mean? But we got another success progress story.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I posted it on my page. Double R. So yeah, I've been working with a kid like for about a year. He got brought to my attention from a Stoke scout.
Okay.
This kid from London doing really well, good profile. Versatile. He could play centre back and striker.
Okay. Wow.
He was an under 14 kid,
Mm-hmm.
but he's always scoring goals. Team of the week, stuff like that. Always scoring goals. Parents always keep in contact. We brought him into Charlton. He done very well in the first couple of games. Then he got injured. Knee injury. He was out for a long spell. But when he came back out of injury, he was still playing and still producing results, scoring and stuff. I had a little game that I was playing against a grassroots team just to get some boys to get some exercise. He said, yeah, he'll play, which was good. Showed some loyalty. He played, he done well.
Yeah.
One of the coaches in the other team wrote him off.
Yeah.
Just like, I know, what do you think of this kid? He wrote him off. Fair enough, but he didn't know he was at Charlton. He got another injury.
Yeah.
So we're talking about him being there for about 5 months. Pre-season was rolling on. They wanted to keep him on just to have a look at him. When I went to see him play, when he got back out of injury, he never looked out of place with the Charlton boys. He was playing several positions in that game, striker, centre midfield, just showing his versatility.
Yeah.
Played really well. I've moved on now. He's still on trial. I got the news the other day that he signed. That's through 2 injuries and beat that a trial will only last maybe 6 weeks. He was there for like 8 months.
And
And
today's topic,
yeah, he had.
resilience.
Sorry.
I said today's topic is about resilience, right there. That's resilience.
Yeah, resilient. Showed strong. The family was like still supporting him and taking the games, keeping me in the loop. And what I liked about it is that when he was injured, the family remained positive. So yeah, it's good to show that everywhere I've been, someone's got something.
Yeah. This is this is probably the number one thing we can tell everybody to take away from today's episode is resilience, building a character of never giving up and not quitting. You know what I mean? This is why you're doing any drills that you're doing, any exercise, I don't care how hard it is, develop the mentality to say, if I have to be here all day, I'm not going back inside the house until I finish it. And that starts from a young age, is developing that, like, do or die, fight, not flight attitude. And I feel that if we can get that into some of the youth, because listen, to get injuries, 2 injuries like that at a young age, most most kids would probably just, say, what, I'm done. For him to come back like that and now he's got signed, that's a great testimony to that story. So wicked. So guys, thank you for tuning into episode 3. And like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Like I said, we boosted up to about 50. We can start doing some live call-ins, which we're looking forward to. Should be having a special guest next week or next episode. So yes, until next time from the Prince Bailey Arena.